So I've been making videos on YouTube about home buying for the past 4 to 5 years. I've gotten thousands of emails. I've helped hundreds of people here locally buy a house in the Phoenix, Arizona area. And you would think I'm like immune to making any kind of mistake when it comes to buying a house. But let me tell you what, this recent house purchase has just shown the light to my stupidity. So in today's video, I'm going to take a step back from judging others and judge myself. I'm going to talk about 3 things I wish I would have known before buying this house, and hopefully I can help you guys kind of get a better idea and realize, hey, this guy with the sweet mustache is not as perfect as he seems. So first thing that I really regret doing, or things I wish I would have known, is when it comes time to like calculating how much you need to save for a house. Like, I do what everyone else does. I look and I pull up, like, for example, here's a calculator I have, or just going over the down payment, the closing cost. So even you can take it a step further, an emergency fund if you're like an extreme level of buyer. But you can use a tool like this and get a good idea of what you need for the down payment, the closing costs, and maybe even if you need to save up a little bit more for your emergency fund, etc. And I did all that. But one thing happens when you move into a house. That thing is the wife with the credit card. I'm just joking. It has nothing to do if you're a husband or a wife. It's just when you move into a house, you just want to decorate it. You want to get furniture. You want to get paint. You want to not necessarily like completely do a remodel, like get your construction outfit on, little jean shorts and a yellow hat and start tearing down walls. I don't think you need the jean shorts, but that's just my preferred way of doing construction. But you want to do stuff. You want to like paint rooms. You want to put wallpaper up. You want to get furniture. You want to get patio furniture and all this stuff. And the mistake I did is I just saved for the house stuff, for the funds, right? But boy, oh boy, it would have been nice if I didn't have to dip into, basically because I sold the house and I bought another one, I didn't have to dip into those funds to have to like use it to buy stuff for the new house, right? And I wish I would have saved maybe another, I don't know, $5,000 or even $10,000. I'm not talking about a huge amount, just like a little chunk. So that way we could use that and say, this is all we're going to spend. And if this money runs out, we're not going to keep spending. Because when you don't have that restriction to yourself, you move in and you just go crazy with the spending. You upgrade needlessly. You get the instead of going to like a simple American Furniture Warehouse where the furniture is made out of cardboard, but it's going to be okay. You instead go to the fancier places and you spend more than you need to. And really, I guess you could be okay if you set a budget for yourself. That's like a kind of like a 1A or an alternative. The second thing I really regret is I didn't pull the string with the repairs. I've been in this house now for like, I don't know, 6 months, maybe a year. Who knows? Time is just weird. Time's a flat circle. I don't know what's going on, where we are, what time it is. But I, just during the inspection, just noticed little weird things like the windows. Like the house I bought was basically a builder was like using it as a side project. Like it's a custom house in an area that we really like, and he would just like use leftover materials from his job sites and finish the house. And one room will have a certain windows, other rooms will have another windows, and things are just done a little weird. I mistook quirkiness for a string that I got to pull. Right? Have you guys ever had like a piece of string on a jacket? You keep pulling it, and now you have a tube top, and you're a 6'3", 300-pound man, and you can't wear tube tops. I mean, I guess you could, but what happened is, as we lived in it months down the road, the stuff that wasn't done right started really showing. For example, Christmas time, we noticed that the outlets kept tripping. What's going on? Why is the outlet keep tripping? It's just a few Christmas lights. I mean, we're not one of those crazy families that goes all out. What's going on? Well, there's some issues with the electrical. When it was installed, it wasn't done properly. And I don't want to get into the details, but it was quite expensive to fix it. Yes, could I have gone after the seller? Sure. I could have gone and say, hey, you didn't disclose that it's going to get done right, yada, yada. But at this point, it's like 6 months in. Like, am I going to go and do all the hassle? Am I just going to take care of it? So I just took care of it. And then more stuff started popping up. Like there's like a one room in particular where when it started hanging stuff on it, it was like, this drywall feels very cheap. It's like very brittle. Like what's like I've hung. I mean, I hate hanging stuff. This specific room was like, man, it still feels so flimsy, and it wouldn't really maintain a lot of weight. And after a few months, we started noticing, holy crap, this is very brittle drywall. I have no idea why it's more brittle, but when it came time to building that room, I guess the guy didn't really get quality stuff and stuff like that. I mean, is it add up to massive repairs or damages? No, hopefully no. It just sucks having to. I'm like, I wish I would have taken care of this stuff during the inspection. If I would have just asked more questions, if I would have just pulled the strings more, had an additional inspection when I saw things that were not really like something's up, something smells funny. When there's smoke, there's fire, right? But I decided to just like, I'll be the nice guy. I don't want to be one of those buyers that ask for too much repairs. And I guess it's a kind of a combination of not pulling the string and like being more focused on how you're being perceived. I wanted to make it smooth, especially since it was like a contingency situation where we had to sell and buy at the same time. And at that point, I shouldn't even thought about that. I should have just like been very straightforward. This is what's wrong with the house. This is what we want done. And unfortunately, now I got to pay these little like quick hits of like repairs and stuff like that. And thankfully it hasn't added up to anything big because, about the major items, for some reason, I'm very like particular about that. But it's just the small stuff I wish I would have been a little more particular with. I wish I would have pulled on more strings. I wish I would have not really cared about the perception I was giving as opposed to the things I was asking for, if that makes sense. Anyways, last but not least, you never buy based off your best month. You never buy based off the nothing bad will ever happen. When you're buying a house, there is a lot that goes into it. So let's say, for example, my monthly income is, let's say it's 10,000. This is just someone, I think I recently did this for a video or something, so that's why the numbers are there. So if that's my monthly income, I could qualify up to 4,500. And maybe on a good month with no debt, no issues, no nothing, this will be totally fine. But really, you have to plan for the worst. And that's why really you should be buying 25 to 35% just so you're safe. So that way you're not getting yourself into any issues. Now, my dumb butt was coming from the height of COVID. And COVID was terrible time for a lot of people. And, I'm sorry for any losses you had. But for real estate agents and whatnot, there was a lot of interest in real estate. And my YouTube channel was getting a ton of views. I was getting a lot of clients. And it was definitely a high. And things were really solid. So when I bought a house, I thought, A, that was going to last for a long time. And B, I thought even if it starts slowing down, I'll be okay. We bought the home. My wife gets pregnant. And our baby, even though we've had 2 babies before, perfectly normal, healthy, this baby has extra issues. And guess what? Health insurance is even more delicate and more complicated this time around. So my wife and baby have to go to hospital more often. We had a lot of scary situations, a lot of scary months, lots of just scary blood and all kinds of stuff. And that not only prevented me from working as much as I wanted to, but also brought a lot of financial stress. Savings started being depleted. But not only that, but the landscape of my job was being affected. And because views were going down, the clients I help here in Phoenix were also going down. And it was a perfect combination of now things are tight. Are we okay? Yes, we're okay. But we're not in a position of great comfort anymore where things are tight. And I purposely have to work ourselves out of this situation. And thankfully, I'm in a position where I can just sell more houses, or I'm in a position where I can make more videos and get the ball rolling more. But I'm concerned for the folks that put themselves in a situation like this that are in a fixed 9-to-5 income, that are in a fixed position that they can't just have, I'm just gonna try more and just more income will come. And I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I'm very grateful. The baby was born and she's currently a year old and she's a complete menace. I forget sometimes the amount of I'm so thankful for her to be here, but she's like hit her terrible twos at 1 year old for some reason. And I can guarantee you with 100% certainty that this would have been avoided if I didn't base the house purchase off my best year ever. Don't base your home buying situation off your best month ever, your best income that you've made ever in your life. Don't base it off, well, if nothing bad happens, we'll be okay. When something bad happened in my life and the insurance wasn't there to help me out as much as it needed to, we had to dip into savings and we had to do what we could to survive. And I hate to break it to you, but that might happen to you. So do yourself a favor and do the difficult thing. Buy based off your budget, not based off what you can qualify for your best month or with the expectation that nothing bad will ever happen. And for a lot of us, that means we probably can't buy a house right now, and it sucks. But it's not going to be like this forever. Rates are hopefully going to be going down soon. Prices are going down in a lot of cities. Like right now with my home buyers, we're getting 20, 30, 40K off the price. We're getting lots of closing costs. It's possible to be more flexible and find a situation that'll work better for you. But don't be afraid to make the decision to just wait if you're not going to be putting yourself in a good position budget-wise. So those are the 3 things I wish I would have done a little differently with buying this home that I have now. Either way, I'm curious to think if any home people out there that already bought a house, if you have any advice for people that are currently buying, that would be great. And if you're currently buying a house, let me know if there's any questions or anything that you need help with so we can maybe make these next videos for you. So if you guys are looking for home buying resources, go check out this right here. I got all of my home buying resources that I made for you guys available. Just click the link in the description. You can access to them. It includes a lot of cool stuff like all the spreadsheets and of course all the purchase contract walkthrough where I give you a PDF and a video walkthrough to just kind of help you go through a purchase contract anywhere in the state or whatever state you're in. And of course, if you're looking for an agent anywhere in the country, you can go to homeandmoney.com/Javier. Go and click a few questions. And once you've answered your questions, you'll be connected with a great agent anywhere in the country. Literally doesn't matter what you're buying. You're going to be connected with a great agent. And of course, if you're happen to be in Phoenix, just reach out to me. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to a very helpful discussion in the comment section. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.